Welcome to the deep dive. We're cutting through the noise today, zeroing in on the really impactful shifts happening in AI globally, all from a business angle.
Exactly. We're aiming for that concise, high-level view, looking at AI finance, new products, tech breakthroughs, and, the key research that's shaping things right now.
Okay, let's jump right in. Starting in Europe, looks like legislation and ethics are really front and center there.
Yeah, Denmark's making a move. They're revising copyright law, so people actually have control over their own face, voice, body against AI deepfakes.
Wow. Okay, so you can demand removal, get compensation.
That's the plan. It's a first in Europe, actually, and they're talking high fines for platforms that don't comply.
Sounds like a pretty significant legal step.
Right, it really is. It's setting a precedent, giving individuals a way to reclaim their digital selves, sort of. And Denmark wants to push this EU-wide when they get the presidency.
Interesting. Okay, so while Europe's grappling with ethics, let's shift over to Asia. The scale of investment seems, well, huge, especially in China.
Definitely. You've got AI chip startup Barun Technology. They just pulled in, what, 1.5 billion RMB in financing?
Yeah, valued at 14 billion RMB now, and planning a Hong Kong IPO soon.
Right, and that's backed by government funds. But there's a flip side. A Bank of America report sees China's 2025 AI spending hitting maybe 600, 700 billion RMB.
That's massive.
Huge. But the report also warns about profits getting squeezed. Too much competition, maybe even creating zombie models.
Zombie models.
That's basically products without a real market fit, just soaking up investment. Plus, their next-gen DeepSeek model, R2, is facing delays. Those U.S. semiconductor export controls are biting.
So China's really walking a tightrope, trying to be self-reliant, but facing these external pressures and internal saturation.
That sums it up pretty well. Meanwhile, you look at Japan. Quite different.
Right, the Nikkei survey. Almost 40% of big company CEOs using generative AI daily.
Daily. For creative work, decision support.
Yeah.
And nearly 70% plan to invest more in AI.
That shows real buy-in at the top. A strong signal for integration, even with those data security worries lingering.
Absolutely. It points to AI becoming core to business strategy there.
Okay, let's cross over to the Americas, and we can loop in Israel here, too. The story seems to be about the sheer cost and impact of building all this AI.
Yeah, look at Meta. They're reportedly trying to raise something like $29 billion in private funding.
29 billion just for data center.
For AI data centers, yeah. From firms like Apollo, KKR. They need massive compute power for their large language models.
And that scale has consequences, right? Like environmental ones.
Exactly. Google's latest sustainability report is pretty sobering. Their carbon emissions are up 51% since 2019, largely driven by AI data center growth.
51%, wow. And AI compute demand alone jumped 27% last year.
It's a huge footprint.
Yeah.
AI's growth could seriously challenge climate goals if we're not careful.
And the hardware itself isn't straightforward either. Microsoft's own AI chip, the Maya chip, delayed.
Yeah, mass production pushed to 2026 now. Seems they're hitting bumps with design, maybe keeping talent. It just shows how tough the AI supply chain can be.
And then there's a human side, Anthropic launching that research program.
Right, the Economic Future Program, offering grants up to $50 to study AI's impact on jobs.
Because their CEO, Dario Amodei, he predicted what? Like half of entry-level white-collar jobs could disappear?
Potentially, yeah, up to 50%.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get ahead of it, understand the societal shifts. It's a big question mark hanging over everything.
Definitely. Okay, finally, let's look at India. They seem to be positioning themselves strategically.
Very much so. Yada, the data center operator there, has slashed GPU leasing prices. We're talking under $2 an hour.
Under $2, that's way below U.S. rates.
About a fifth, yeah.
Yeah.
It's backed by the India AI mission. The goal is clearly to make AI compute accessible, democratize development.
Lowering the barrier to entry and promoting AI literacy as a basic skills, right?
Exactly, foster inclusive growth. And you're also seeing consolidation. Altimetric and SLK software merged, creating this AI-first engineering services powerhouse.
Serving big clients, Fortune 500s. So India's building both the infrastructure access and the specialized services.
Right, carving out a key role in the global AI ecosystem.
Well, that was quite the global tour. It's incredibly dynamic out there. Innovation, investment, ethics, all moving fast.
Absolutely. And how these things interact, the new rules, the huge investments, and this growing awareness of AI's impact on society that's really going to shape where the whole industry heads next. Very near future stuff.